Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the channel for another week of tipping. Now, we're not going to do our traditional tipping this week because obviously we're going into Wildcard round. But Nabil, you said before
we start.
There we go. Talk to me. What's up? Drum roll?
Before we start.
Drum roll? Talk to me. Is it a drum roll time?
Between the sticks.
Drum roll time.
Tipping competition. Drum roll.
Yes.
We have a winner.
That's it. Talk to us. Who is the winner?
A winner.
Who is the winner?
He goes by the name Footy Pirate.
That's it.
He was an absolute pirate.
He was, and
of
he
the
got
seas.
He got to the top of that
list. He was
list.
a demon.
Yeah.
From on the seas.
The fun and dangerous.
The fun and dangerous.
Van C.
Van C.
Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations on winning.
Massive.
The inaugural Between the Sticks tipping competition.
This is bigger than the Brownlow. This is bigger than a World Cup. This
bigger
is
than the Brownlow's
bigger than any other competition.
Bigger than the Brownlow's
He will be forever known as the inaugural winner of the Between the Sticks tipping competition.
Absolutely.
Van C, you've dominated all season.
Yeah.
You've been top 3 all season, top 2 all season, and you've owned the league for large parts of the season.
Technically, he drew on points.
He did draw on points.
He won on margin.
Yes.
Which
total tips between him and Yusuf. Shout out Yusuf.
Yeah.
He was top 4 all season.
Yep.
Mark L. David J. I think he went for a bunch of upsets this week. And he was top 3 all season as well.
He was. He absolutely was.
And yeah, Van C, he won a margin. I think it was a margin of 51. Yeah. So massive. Yeah. Well done, Van C. And a shout out to the top 4, Van C, Yusuf, Mark, and Kobe. And even and special shout out to David J as well.
Yeah, he's been up there the whole year. I cannot complain. So
hey, you finished on 8th.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably my most decent return for tipping in a while.
Pretty good. And
where did you finish, Nabil?
37th. I've had a disaster.
Fair enough. At what point did you clock out?
I clocked out when I thought I may have not been able to win, but not wrong attitude. We're going to keep going.
Fair enough.
And look, to everyone who's joined us on our inaugural tipping competition, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. You've made it what it is.
It's been exciting, even though we haven't seen a lot of these names and faces.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun.
Very exciting. So Van C will reach out to you privately. Your prize is on its way.
Yes.
Massive, massive prizes. We've spoken about it. So well done. And congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely great work on winning the tipping comp. Now, speaking of tipping, we're not gonna we will do tipping, but we're gonna go into a bit more depth than we normally do for the 2 wildcard games. Now, both of our teams are playing in them.
Yes.
We'll start off with the Friday night game, the Collingwood versus Doggies, or the Doggies versus Collingwood, sorry.
Yes.
I have a quick question for you before we do that.
Hit me.
There was conversation since this wildcard has been announced that finals games should be played at Marvel if it's a Marvel home team's game. Now, we said something earlier in the episode this week where Andrew Dillon had a few nice words for Ed Richards, and I don't know if it's related to this, but should teams whose home ground are Marvel play finals at Marvel, or should they sacrifice playing 10 minutes down the road and play at the MCG where it holds 100,000 people and bring in as many people as you can for that game?
Play at the MCG.
Okay, you gave me your answer. Fair
100%. Yeah, the MCG can hold 100,000 people.
Play 100,000 people.
Play at 100,000 people. I get it, interstate and stuff, whatever, beyond your control. But if you can get more people at the footy, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I don't disagree. So, Doggies, unfortunately, even though it's your home game, it's our home game too, and we're playing at the MCG. Friday night.
There we go.
The first wildcard game of the week, or the first wildcard game ever.
Ever.
Right? Western Bulldogs versus Collingwood at the MCG. This is going to be an interesting game, to say the least.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. The midfield battle will be very, very exciting.
Yes.
You've got probably 1 and 2 in the Brownlow.
Yeah, going up against each other. That will be very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Absolutely.
There's question marks all over. And both teams are in relatively decent form.
A relatively similar form too.
Yeah, similar form. So
last weekend, obviously, Doggies caused an upset at the MCG against Melbourne. a team that we thought could not be beaten at the MCG. And on the other side of that, the day
Collingwood
before, Collingwood got absolutely plastered by Brisbane. Now, a lot of people obviously said, like, oh, no, it's not really Collingwood turning up. They kind of clocked out, blah, blah, blah. And if you're asking me, Doggies had nothing to win or lose in their game, but they showed up and said, hey, listen, Melbourne's one of those teams that can be beaten and we're going to beat them.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, I'm just like, okay, so Collingwood could have done the same thing again in that Brisbane game.
My concern with that wasn't that Collingwood lost. It was that they lost badly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I'd be like, whoa.
And look, more or less, they brought the margin back to a respectable amount halfway through that fourth quarter. And almost at that point, Brisbane were just like, you guys thought real funny. We're going to put the foot back on the gas. And yeah, they absolutely, I think Collingwood lost by 60 points or 60 odd points.
Yeah, something like
that. Doggies, on the other hand, they did their job the day after on the Saturday.
Oh, they dominated Melbourne.
They beat Melbourne and they sent Melbourne practically out of the top 6 and they forced Melbourne to be playing a wildcard round this week. My question to you is now, who wins that midfield battle in the Bulldogs-Collingwood game?
I think it's interesting you say that because now Ed Richards is hitting his form at the right time of the season.
Yep.
Artie Jones, I know, plays on the half-forward line, comes into the middle.
Yep. But in terms of injuries, they do have a couple of injuries.
They do. Team English is obviously the obvious question mark.
Yep.
And then Aaron Norton up forward. I think the midfield battle, I'm going to tell you, it's a tough one. They're both very good midfields. You know, Collingwood, De Goey's hit his form in the back half of the season.
Yeah.
Dacos is flying.
Yep.
Ed Allen has stood up as well.
Yep.
I'm probably leaning for the Dogs midfield. I think Richards and the Bont as a 1-2 punch is probably a bit more effective.
Probably. If you add Joel Frazier in there.
He's been solid for the last 4 weeks
Matt
as
Kennedy,
well.
who's probably also been very good. Over the last couple of weeks. It's probably helped. I think obviously Bont is going to make a difference in any team he goes to. But I think those two, Joel Frazier and Matt Kennedy, have probably made a bigger difference
100%.
in playing well. And even Ed Richards. Like, even looking at their numbers from last week, that whole midfield dominated Melbourne.
They did.
Melbourne had no answers for them, even with Max Gawn.
Yeah, and Melbourne's midfield is powerful, sharp, cosy. We'll talk about Melbourne a little bit later, but they do have a powerful midfield.
They do.
And they slingshot as well as anyone.
Question, can Collingwood's defence hold up against that forward line?
Without Norton, there is a good argument. It depends also whether you get Maynard back. I know he was injured again.
Not play.
Is it confirmed?
Yeah,
is it done?
He's out for 3 weeks.
And I think Maynard being out really hurts you.
Yep.
Puncher was exposed last week for Collingwood's backline. So it was ugly. How? I don't know if he's 100%. He doesn't look 100%.
Well, he didn't play for, I'd say, 2/3 of that last quarter.
Yeah, so he just doesn't look 100%. And Billy Frampton, in my opinion, should have been in the All-Australian 40 at least.
Yeah.
Very unlucky to miss out.
If there was daylight robbery,
he was right in front of me.
Yep.
But honestly, it's a game that I don't know. I think in the heat of finals, Collingwood is probably the team you should fear the most.
Yeah.
When it comes to finals footy and finals high pressure.
Yeah.
There's going to be 80,000 Collingwood supporters there.
That's probably the one thing that's not going to be fun about it for the Dogs.
I don't know. I don't really have much. What else can I say about this?
I mean, if we look at the head-to-heads from the last couple of games they played, obviously they haven't played. So they haven't played each other in a final since 2010.
Okay.
Qualifying final.
Numbers, man. I like it.
Yeah, so it's also just my engraved memory of Collingwood games and what's happened in the past. But their head-to-head, obviously Doggies just scraped across the line earlier this year against Collingwood. Collingwood did the exact same thing last year.
Yeah.
And then the year before that in 24, Doggies did the same thing. So the last couple of years have kind of been a back and forth. We only play normally each other once a season.
When you come up against the Doggies, is it a team you look at and you're like, we can beat?
Yep. I'm not
okay,
gonna
that
lie
was
to
so
you.
fast.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think maybe prior to this year, and at that time, our front half of the season wasn't that great.
Yeah.
So I was just like, maybe the Doggies will get one over. And if I'm not mistaken, I tipped the Doggies to win that game as well. Just because of how unimpressive our first half of the year was.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But now, if you ask me, and I've probably been, and this is probably when normally backfires for me, but I'd be very confident that we're going to beat the Doggies. And especially it being at the MCG, up until maybe this week, I used to think, at the MCG, he'd light work, right? But seeing what they just did to Melbourne at the MCG, I'm just like, okay, maybe these guys can play at the MCG.
bad.
They're not that bad. But then I look at the week before that when they drew to Carlton. I'm just like, I said,
Carlton's good side.
Carlton's a good side, but if you ask me, I think we could beat Carlton too. So if I'm doing the mental gymnastics of thinking we could beat Carlton, we could beat Doggies if they drew to each other. So from my point of view, I am a little more confident than I normally would be.
Yeah.
Do I think Collingwood's going to get over the line? I'll tip them.
Okay.
Now, what happens in terms of... I don't think much will change from the team.
How does the game play out?
I think it'll be a close game. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I think it'll be a very close game. I think McRae said whatever happened in that Brisbane game, we're not taking away or taking out with us.
Yeah, good.
Fair enough. But saying it and doing it on the day are two different things. So
different.
if, like he said it, their words are followed by actions, then I think Collingwood will comfortably get over the line. But I think it'll still be a very close game. And I think Collingwood have a massive problem with clearances.
Yeah.
And we saw this last week against Brisbane. Collingwood don't win clearances. Collingwood don't win the game.
That's a good point.
So I think that midfield battle, and hence why I asked you that question earlier, was if Collingwood can actually match at the very least, if not beat the Doggies in the midfield.
Collingwood are even in the clearances. They probably win the game.
Yeah.
And you don't think the Bulldogs backline holds up against your forward line? Membry, McStay, West against O'Donnell.
I think our
Karmas
forward line has probably performed a little better over the last, 6 weeks now. Part of that game against Brisbane, which we kicked 94 points in.
Yeah, you did.
If I look at some of the games that we played before that, against West Coast, we kicked 117. We kicked 108 against Adelaide. Prior to halfway through the season, we kicked 90 against Carlton the week before that. So prior to halfway through the season, I think we reached 100 points once.
Yeah.
But in the last 6 weeks, it's been multiple times. So do I think winning the clearances helps? Yes. Do I think our forward line will dominate? No. But I think we'll have the edge over the Doggies' defense, especially McStay, West, Membry.
Yeah, it's
McCreary,
it's a tall-ish forward line. It's not the tallest.
It's got a good balance, I feel like.
It's not too bad. I mean, McStay's a tall, Membry's a tall, West plays tall.
Yep.
It's a tallish forward line.
Schultz has been playing deep.
Yeah, so
that Elliott role almost. So, yeah, I think Collingwood will get over the line. Yeah,
Dogs for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like the Dogs in this game.
Fair enough.
Based on their form the last couple of weeks and from what we've seen.
Does Norton play make a difference?
Absolutely.
So if Norton doesn't play, do you still tip the Dogs?
I still tip the Dogs. I think the way they're playing, it's very, very good football.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I still think the Dogs. I don't know. The way they play against Melbourne just tells me they're the team to beat.
The way they played against
and I think they'll beat you in the middle. I think the 1-2 punch
of Bont and Richards.
And Richards, when they're on fire, they are attacking footballers.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just that they win clearance. They win clearances and they hurt you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Some players win clearance and they don't hurt you. But these two, the ball in their hand 20 or 30 times, they're getting 8 or 9 score involvements each.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, Bulldogs for me.
Yeah, fair enough. And look, I think the back half of the year, it's been a little more, I guess, evened out in terms of workload. But if you were to have this conversation with me 12 weeks ago, I would have said it's Nick Dacos versus Doggies midfield. A little more balanced now, so it should be interesting. Obviously, Pendlebury's injured; he's not playing as well, so it makes a massive difference in that sense. But I guess it should be a good game. Hopefully, we'll make it to the game and come say what's up. We'll see you guys there.
Yeah,
hopefully.
We'll be outside one of the gates, wherever we are.
Absolutely.
Gate 5 or something, Gate 3, Gate 5. We'll be out somewhere.
Yep.
And come say hello.
Doggies from the Bill. Collingwood for me. And the second wildcard game of the round.
The fun and dangerous Melbourne Demons.
That phrase is going to get so rinsed this week. My God.
Up against the mighty, mighty Navy Blues.
Yes. Talk to us, Nabil.
I like playing against Melbourne. I like playing against Melbourne.
What happened earlier this
2023.
year? Exactly the best
that was under
thing.
Michael Voss. That was AI. That doesn't count.
Oh my God.
That
this
was AI. Michael Voss and
conversation.
AI. That doesn't count.
Fairs.
We go back to the 2023 semi-final. Akers, he wins all the time.
Yeah.
But in seriousness, we've had some great battles over the D's. Our record over the D's the last 5 games, I think it's 4-1, 4-2 from memory.
Yeah.
So our record against them is pretty good.
Yeah.
We stack up well against them. We play well against them. Even earlier in the season, people forget we were 40 points up in that game. We absolutely dominated them for 3 quarters, and then
I don't forget because I tipped Melbourne and I said, fuck.
Yeah, I remember.
I said Carlton are plastering them. And then when I saw them come back, I said, you shit dogs, you shit dogs.
You know who's going to be a problem in this game, and he's been a problem against us for 5 years.
Because I pick it?
Yeah, 5 years. Since this guy's debuted, every time he plays against Carlton, he just has a day out. So they need to really plan for him. He's been, again, a very, very good season, and probably all-Australian year as well, because Aussie. Harry Sharp has been very good in that midfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, they don't have Viney, but they're kids. Xavier Lindsay, I think, has been fantastic. It was okay. Sorry, Harvey Langford across the wing has been solid as well. So we've got a lot of work. Our work is cut out.
Yeah,
to stop them.
Absolutely.
They are missing a few. Lever won't play. Jefferson won't play. And Van Ruin's suspended. So they are a little bit vulnerable. Yep. I do like the Blues in this game. There's a lot going for Carlton. I do like them.
You've gone quick and early.
Yeah, gone quick early. But I think our midfield, Jagger Smith, Cripps, Walsh has had a fantastic second half of the season.
On something else.
He's not just running. He's not getting the right spots. He's effective and damaging on the scoreboard. Yep. His score involvements. He's hitting target. Down back, Harry Dean, Jacob Wiedering. We've got two games down into.
Can I just say one thing? I can actually see this defensive unit of Carlton being great with the foundation of Wiedering and Harry Dean.
100%. Wieders does so much.
And the way in which it almost, and I'm saying this since he's been back. He's been back for what, 2 games? 3
2 games, yeah.
So far. I can almost see there's a different level of confidence Harry Dean plays with because of it. Because he's like, hey, this guy's got me behind.
Yeah, it does.
He's got me solid. I can do whatever I need to do. And he knows if, hey, listen, that ball gets over my head, Wieder's going to clean up.
Yeah, the back line has been good. Lockie Cowan has had a great year for as well.
Quick question about him. Do you think he's leaving?
Tasmania? He's a Carlton boy at heart, but I think he might go.
He is from Tasmania.
If he gets a big enough contract, I think he'll turn heads and maybe. But he's a Carlton boy at heart.
Yep.
Wieders down back will be solid. Our backline needs to stand up in this game. The concern I have with Melbourne, they play this fast attacking football. I am scared that if they get through a few times and they score on us quickly, that we won't be able to cope.
I'll be honest with you, seeing Kazai Pickett run out of the midfield against the Doggies last week, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, and if you remember, I'll say it again. I think Max Gawn and Kazai Pickett are the best 1-2 punch in the game.
Gawn's another problem.
Watching him tap the ball down to Kazai Pickett, and it was almost like, like the negative and positive magnets. It was almost like that, just watching Gawn get the ball down, and you just see Kazai Pickett straight past the front of the stoppage or the back of the stoppage and just deliver that ball into forward 50. So I think that'll be very interesting, and how Carlton combat that will be very interesting.
Gawn will be hard to stop. I don't know.
Pitternet has done a decent job in the last couple of weeks against the teams he's played against. But
he's going to have his work cut out.
9-time All-Australian, Max Gawn. Do you reckon you can stop him?
Work cut out. Oh, good luck, Mark Pitternet.
Between him and Harry Mackay, mind you, it won't just be...
Good luck. I think they have to plan extensively for Gawn when he goes forward. I think Lewis Young will play. My gut feel. I don't know. Between him and Dirksen, I think Young will play, and Dirksen will get dropped. To maybe combat Gawn, and I could be wrong on this one, but maybe they might have to play Lewis Young on Max Gawn as a defensive.
Any changes for Carlton this week?
Not many. Not many. I think Ollie Hollands will go out, and Will Hayward will come back in.
Yes.
I think Hayward did his ankle a couple of weeks
against
ago.
The Dogs,
And Hollands was okay, but he's a death player now. So Hayward comes in. The other one is Nick Haynes has to come back in. I think he will come back in. He's just been playing really, really well. So Haynes will come back in. It's just a matter of whether it's for Young or Dirksen. That's the question that we have. But no, shout out Melbourne. They probably on
they've
paper
exceeded.
They're 100%, and they probably should beat us if you're looking about across this course of their season.
Okay,
but I do think we are the better team. I'll put
in form right now. I agree.
Yeah, and we've had probably a better 13 weeks. I'm tipping Carlton, and I'm tipping Carlton to beat them well, and I believe we'll beat Melbourne. But geez, when the Demons are on, they're very hard to stop.
Yeah, and look, I think the loss of Van Rooyen, and look,
the lever hurts.
Yeah, lever hurts a lot. Believe me, because I think lever's almost the Wiedering to Daniel Turner. Who's the young key defender for Melbourne, who's done an amazing job and has been developed very nicely. But I think it'll hurt losing lever will hurt them, but also not having Van Rooyen now. They obviously lost Mychek early in the season. Forward. Jefferson got injured now. So you're basically putting all the chips on Harrison Petty to almost do the job alone, more or less, in terms of key forwards. And I just don't know if he'll be able to hold up against it.
Bailey Fridge has historically caused us problems.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, in terms of key forwards,
they're in trouble.
Harrison Petty is the only one they have, which is going to make it very interesting because, look, if Wiedering has a field day that day, that's all of Melbourne's key forwards gone for them. So Carlton also normally struggle against small key forwards.
They do. Those smalls tend to have a day out with against us. So.
And Carlton's small defenders are not all there. Maybe Cowman's
okay. Cowman's okay.
Nick Haynes can play tall and small, but like he's more of a run and dash type of player rather than a.
Florent and Billy Wilson like to attack.
Attack as well. So exactly. So that's, I think, almost my concerns with Carlton. Just seeing how they've gone the last couple of weeks is that defensive side of things with the small forwards. Key forwards, I think you guys have got covered. And Melbourne, unfortunately for them, don't have a heap of them to be playing with. Now, I think if it was Van Rooyen still playing, Jefferson playing, I think there would have been a much bigger headache from Carlton. But without those guys now and just Petty being the only guy up there, along with Bailey Fridge, who's more or less not a key forward, but that like half forward, I think.
Nah, Fridge is a problem.
I agree, he's a problem.
Carlton supporters will tell you this guy's giving us PTSD. Yeah. So,
I can tell.
I think they will send Cozzy forward at times, and Cozzy also causes us PTSD.
Yeah, absolutely. On some very positive news for Melbourne, Tom Sparrow re-signed today.
Ooh, good shout.
So
he's had a career best season as well,
and probably got rewarded pretty well with it with this contract. He's probably been the top 4-5 players of their team.
Yeah,
outside of Gordon,
because
I pick it, he's probably been the next best player. But yeah, he's re-signed. I think there was a couple of I guess you can say not unhappy, but a bit of for Melbourne fans that were just a bit anxious that he might not stay, but he's re-signed. So
good on him.
It's going to be interesting. I will tip, and part of this is also a bias for me, Carlton to win. Because I realise if Carlton win, we don't play Geelong the week after. And Carlton play them, so it's a win-win for both of us. I think Carlton should get over the line. Just unfortunately with the personnel that Melbourne are losing, I think it'll just be a bit hard for them to kind of, push past Carlton. Once that game starts, I think it'll be a very interesting. I think a lot like the Collingwood Doggies game will be very interesting. We both have tipped Carlton. I don't think I'll tip Carlton this many times in the season, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, very interesting. Hopefully we'll be at that game as well.
We'll be there.
Pending we can get tickets.
Outside one of those gates.
That's it. I think that does it for this
does
week's.
it. All right.
Very, very, very short but very long tipping.
We love footy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We love footy. We love tipping.
That's it.
It sounds like I'm ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, honestly.
Wrap it up.
We'll see you guys at the Collingwood Wildcard game, the Carlton round Wildcard game. Take care, guys.
Come say g'day.
We'll see you guys for the first week of finals. Ciao.